Subtract waves. You all have heard about destructive interference, constructive interferences. That's how it happens, right? Adding or subtracting these waves. So the same thing, you can add or subtract waves, which means that your waves are superimposable or superposable, I don't know. You can superimpose 2, 3, as many number of waves on top of each other and still you have that as a solution. Okay? In this case, for this particular example, we just get a two-wave solution. But you can do it. You can superpose all these solutions and still it will be a solution. Okay? Now, if I expand this, e to the power I kx, that's cos kx plus I sin kx. And if I expand the other one, that's c2 cos kx minus I sin kx. And then I collect the terms of cos kx and I sin kx. So c1 plus c2 into cos kx. I'll write c1 plus c2 is equal to a. And I'll write I of c1 plus c2 as b. So I have both of these are equally good representations. Okay. And I have not put any restrictions on what c1, c2, a, b are. These could be real numbers, positive, negative, fractions, complex numbers, anything. But in fact, the way I have added I into c1 plus c2, so either c1 and c2 have to be something has to be complex or b has to be complex, something has to be there, right? So they could be anything. So we will not worry about that for the moment. So what we will worry about is how do I get a solution? Now I have a general solution over here. I have a cos kx plus b sin kx, and I want the value of k. That's my idea. So it is less than 0, but I want to get what the solutions are. To do that, we put the boundary conditions, right? For x equals 0, y is equal to 0. Okay. So what does it give me? A equals 0. So the first boundary condition x equals 0 implies A equals 0. What does the second boundary condition x is equal to L give me? Y is equal to B sin k times L should be equal to 0. Okay. Again, I can choose either of these. I can choose B to be 0. That's another trivial solution. Doesn't interest me. Sin of KL is equal to 0. Yeah. Which is equal to B of sin an integer n times pi. Right? So it says KL is equal to n pi, or my solution comes out to be y equals b sin k is n pi by L the general solution comes out to be like that. Now n, again, if I put the value of n is equal to 0, what would happen? No way, because for all values of x I would have y is equal to 0. Again, I have eliminated one of the trivial solutions. So which means all because physical grounds. Huh? That the value of n can be equal to 1, 2, 3. And then it would be interesting to see if you can plot this. If you can plot these functions of y this is just y, which of course if you realize this is the same solution for both capital X and capital T, right? If I am writing in terms of this, then I will write for T is equal to some, I could actually take anything, cos, sine, whatever. So A cos omega t, I'll put that, where omega is my angular frequency. Okay, I could have even put omega t plus phi, specifying another phase angle, but we will not worry about all that, because in quantum mechanics finally you will be worrying, you will be always working with the square of everything. Okay, so all those phases will anyway go away. So this is nu is the frequency and omega is the angular frequency. So I'm just writing that equation in another format, nothing more. So what I'll plot it as a snapshot at a particular time. So when n is equal to 1, sine of pi x by L goes to 0 only at x equals 0 and x equals L, because the first value gives me sine of 0 and the next one gives me sine of pi. So between 0 to pi, sine does not go to 0. So if I have a snapshot picture at a given time, this is what I'll see. And this would keep coming down with time and going up like that. And if I were to plot for n equals 2, then what I have is, of course, this point I'll have fixed. In between I'll have, this is 2 pi. So sine from 0 to 2 pi also goes to 0 at pi. So somewhere in between, exactly at the center, the wave also goes to 0. And then you could actually take it point by point and keep plotting. But since I know, it will go like that. When you come to n is equal to 3, you will have 2 zeros. So sine ranging from 0 to 3 pi would be 0 at 0, pi, 2 pi and 3 pi. Anyway, so these are the kind of graphs that you would obtain if you were to plot this at some given time. And at that time, I assume that the entire wave has not changed. So it's going like this now. So we are assuming that the wave is not exactly it, so the displacement is not 0. So otherwise, so you could plot it up, you could plot it down, you could plot any amplitude, the maximum amplitude if you wish. Okay, that's easier to visualize. So, but the wave is moving like this with time. Now, you see, this is what we sought after. We wanted to see how those harmonics, so we call these harmonics of the wave,